Hey guys, it's DT. Today we're going to be taking a look at this mystery box that arrived on my doorstep today. It's probably not a mystery to you guys because most likely I put it in the title of this video. And there's probably a picture of it next to me doing something cheesy in the thumbnail. So based on the packaging and the size, this is probably one of 4 different statues that I have coming over. I'm just not really sure which one it is. So I guess there's really no point in doing a long intro because I don't know what it is. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm excited to see what's in this box, so let's cut it open. Okay, we've got a red box inside. Is the box gonna give us any clues? Oh, okay, so here's a look at the box. As you can see, we've got a spider catching a hot dog. It says, "Chubby is the new sexy." This is the Chubby Spider-Man, but you guys already knew that, didn't you? Let's open this up and take a look. So this group or company made a series of these chubby superheroes. There's like a Batman, Superman, Wolverine, Deadpool. Let's check out this Spider-Man. We've got the black foam on this one. So it wasn't marked top or bottom, so I'm hoping this is the top. Guess we'll see soon enough. So this is not only a chubby Spider-Man, but we also have a Venomized Dumbo. Yes, you guys heard it right. Dumbo, you know, the big-eared elephant from Disneyland. So I think he's right here. I can already see the shape of Dumbo, which I am actually a big Dumbo fan. As a kid growing up, I used to watch that movie nonstop on my VCR. I believe this is the base. Let's see if we can grab that out. Dumbo works in the circus. I guess he was kind of a freak with the big ears, but then he was known as Dumbo the Flying Elephant. So we've got this little platform with a ball on top that Dumbo stands on. And you can see it's got some nice dirt effects going on at the bottom. Some little worn out areas of this wooden platform. And then we have the pink ball. And on the bottom, we just have a plain black felt bottom. So we've got 4 little keys, one that has a peg hole. All right, so we'll put that aside. Let's see what we have in this spot. Check out Mr. Spidey. Had a few too many bags of popcorn here at the circus. Look at that. That is awesome. So we've got some really nice texture here in the suit and very nice sculpt on that belly. Of course, it just carries over to his head, a little bit puffy there. And I really like the effect here on the eyes. It kind of gives off a pearlescent glow. So it's not just white, it's got these little geometric shapes in there. But he's still got some very well-defined deltoids, some biceps, triceps, some decent lats there as well. His legs are looking a little underdeveloped there, but kind of just fits the theme. I don't think any of the other pieces feature Disney characters, so it's kind of an interesting choice, but kind of cool nonetheless. All right, and here he is. So he looks like Dumbo. Pretty good representation of Dumbo for not being a licensed Disney statue, but he's kind of got this clown collar on, purple and yellow. And if you guys look closely, we can see the Venom eyes. We've also got the white spider on the back. That's usually on Venom's chest. We've got the spider legs wrapping around. Pretty cool. We got the big ears. The only thing is that Dumbo's ears were a little bit more round and full. This guy here is a little bit more pointy. It kind of reminds me of the ears you'd find on Grogu or maybe even a gremlin. But I think overall it gets the job done. It kind of gives him more of a streamlined look. Having the big floppy ears might hide some of the details. Some very subtle elephant skin texture on him as well. I don't know if people, when they first see this, if they're gonna see Venom. Venom is usually black, but I'm sure they went with the lighter gray just so we would know it was Dumbo. He's got space there in his trunk for something, and it looks like Spidey just keys in right here on his back. Let's see what's in here. Oh, okay, so it looks like we have an alternate base. Oh, this is the base. This is a matching base for, I believe, Deadpool, but I don't have Chubby Deadpool, so I guess I can't use this base. Okay, looks like we have some webbing. Again, the paint on this is kind of a pearl white, kind of shines and glistens a little bit. It's kind of got this reflective look to it. So it kind of matches the colors on Spidey's eyes. All right, so here we have the hot dog, and I'm guessing this is what Dumbo is holding in his trunk. Very nice painted bun there. Then we've got the hot dog with some mustard on it. No relish, no ketchup, but we do get some mustard. Then over here, it looks like we have Dumbo's tail. Oh, we get another base in here. And this one is if you don't want to display him on the ball. It'll make the statue a little bit shorter. It's kind of just like a dirt area that's probably found right outside the circus tent. Oh, and lastly, it looks like there's something in here. Hey, this is the second statue I've gotten with a credit card. They made 300 of these. This is number 144. Stay strong and never give up. Pretty good words to live by. So that's gonna do it for the contents. Let's go ahead and put this guy together. Okay, so here we have our circus base on the turntable. There was actually one more piece of web in there. I'm glad I checked the pictures before I put the box away, but here it is. We'll see where that goes in a second, but it looks like a pretty easy assembly. We're just gonna start off here with Venom Dumbo, and he just keys in on the top of the ball, like so. Let's give him a little push. Then we're gonna add our Chubby Spider-Man, and he just has one key on his right foot. The other foot kind of just rests on Dumbo's back, and the hand kind of just rests on his head, like so. His hand actually touches Dumbo's head there. His foot makes contact, and this one, the key is pretty well hidden as well. So while we have Dumbo facing the camera, let's go ahead and stick on his tail. Looks very much like an Eeyore tail, like that. It's not completely seamless, but it does go well with the abdomen of the spider design right here, where it kind of just creates a little indentation on the very bottom of that abdomen. A little raised up, but nothing to be too concerned about. And right now in this position, it kind of looks like he's riding Dumbo, but that's not the actual concept of this piece, as you will see in a bit. So we have our hot dog. So there's kind of like a big end of the hot dog and a smaller end. So I think it fits in better if you put the smaller end in first. I guess we'll find out in a moment, because we need to connect his web. So on the web, there's a little indentation here, and that is where it's gonna go onto the hot dog, because Spider-Man is actually grabbing onto the hot dog. Let's see. So it just goes on like that, and then there's a hole on the top of his hand right here, where the end keys in, and this is kind of a flexible material, so you don't have to really worry about breaking it. And then on the back of his hand, there's another hole. I guess that's where this piece goes. So I guess it has to go in sort of like an angle there, and that way the web is kind of sticking out the back. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like the web is actually going through his hand, so he's actually holding the web. So I guess Dumbo has the hot dog, and Spidey wants to get it because he's hungry. Then we have this little base. This one is for, I believe, the Deadpool, which I don't have, so it's kind of a waste for me. But if I ever pick up that Deadpool and I want to pair it next to this one, I have the matching base for it. Okay, so I have my tape measure so we can measure it in this current setup. Stands roughly 18 inches tall. The width from the tip of the trunk to the end of the tail is about 14 inches. The base itself is about 8 inches diameter, and the width of it, I guess from ear to ear, I'd say is around 15 inches or so. So it doesn't have a huge footprint, but if that's still too high for your setup or display and you want to display it closer to the ground, we have this option. I guess we just take Dumbo off of the ball. Let's see if I can do this without having to remove anything, if I'm careful. And then we can just put him on the ground like this. So it definitely makes it a shorter statue, more compact. The only thing I see with this is that Dumbo's feet are really close together, and it doesn't make as much sense since on the ball, of course, they all have to be really tight, but on the ground, he's more likely to spread his legs apart. But he is on this little mound that kind of goes up, so I guess it makes sense. Most likely, I'll put him on the ball, and that way, when I get my other Chubby in here, I can put him right in front, and it'll be a nice display. Let's go ahead and put him back up on the ball. And I definitely think the ball and the circus theme base tells more of the Dumbo story, but if that's something you don't want, you might consider the cookie base, as I like to call it. But here he is, Chubby Spider-Man on Venom Dumbo. So I think it's a pretty cool piece, very unique concept. I love the cuteness factor of the little Chubby Spider-Man. Of course, I love the Disney tie-in as well with Dumbo. It's a very nice contrast to some of my other pieces in my collection. We have these very serious, muscle-bound, menacing characters. So it's nice to have something that's a little more lighthearted and fun. I love how they took Dumbo and made him Venom, all while incorporating all these traditional Dumbo aspects as well. Very cool sculpt on both characters. I love that he's not just riding Dumbo, but there's actually a story here where he's actually trying to steal the hot dog with a spider web. Dumbo himself is actually a very small character. So Spider-Man here is kind of dwarfed by Dumbo, making him seem a little bit bigger than he is, or Spider-Man a little smaller than he is. For the concept, that doesn't bother me, especially when you consider that since it's a Venomized Dumbo, he should be a little bit bigger than his normal size. I would have loved to see Dumbo be a little bit darker. It would have definitely looked more like Venom, but I'm not sure how that would have affected the whole Dumbo look. But right now we can clearly tell that it's Dumbo. If he was all black, I don't know if he'd look like Dumbo or not. He might just look like a black gremlin or something. I think he is a couple shades darker than he usually is. He's usually a very light gray, but I think it came out great. I'm seriously considering picking up some of the other ones from this line. I do have Aquaman on the way. He's actually one of those other 4 statues that I thought this might be. So stay tuned for that. And that one's pretty cool too because he is riding on a shark. All right, I'll end the video like this so you guys can get a nice shot of the backside. But that was today's video. Nice little surprise. This one will be going up on my desk because it is nice and compact. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of this statue in the comments down below. Is this Chubby line something you would collect? What do you think of Chubby Spider-Man here? Thank you guys for watching. If you aren't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss an upload. Also, make sure to check out my new Instagram account, DT's Geek Show. I'll be posting a lot of cool still shots of all the pieces in my collection. So if you want to check that out, please do so. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.